morning, everyone. Morning. Good to see everyone. Thanks for having us. Thanks for letting us sponsor again. So I guess I'm here today to talk a little bit about the milestones, right? It's more, I guess, just a sign of gratitude from us. First of all, when I say we, it doesn't mean Hoppler alone. It means we as in the partners we work with. All of the licensed brokers, licensed sales people that we work with throughout the year. And for those of you who have known us over the past 4.5 years, you probably have noticed us sometimes pop up, maybe disappear a bit, then come back. And I think this year has really been a great year for us in working with all of you and a lot of the brokers who are outside. And I think you won't see us disappearing anymore. you'll see us for a long time. And the reason I'm saying that, here are some milestones for this year. I'm really happy to report that through September, we have closed at least one deal with at least 111 partner brokers, all licensed. Some of you are in this room. I guess I have to compare the Viber list to our list and then see which ones we have closed. And some have been multiple as well. And how did we do it? Well, we really drive ourselves with the data we collect. And it doesn't necessarily have to be something where it's online. I mean, it's something where you're on the phone and you jot down exactly what they say. And another milestone that I'm proud to tell you about is, as an example, is let's take Ghost Month. You know, in prior years, a lot of times, we use it as an excuse, right? We say, oh shoot, it's Ghost Month, and it's going to be tough. We'll just wait for September 10, and then we'll start closing again. But what we decided to do, we decided to take a proactive approach with working with all of our partners, and we asked everyone who had buyers and sellers, who believes in Ghost Month? And for the ones that didn't, we made note of that as early as June, and we prioritized those ones. And we said, okay, no matter what, we're going to try to close despite it being August. And from that time alone, we were able to close with our partner brokers, with you guys, 400 mil in property sales for that month alone. And we would have not been able to do that without the partners that we had. And so those are the things that we we want to do. Let me apologize to some of you. I know we haven't closed deals yet. For those of you who have a lot of listings with us in the South, that's the ones I want to apologize to because we haven't expanded as quickly as we wanted to. But I can say we're officially launching in the South next weekend. So if you catch us in Molito, I think there's some Halloween festival happening. You'll see Hoppler will have a bunch of prizes and booths for the families and kids, and then we're going to try to sell your properties there as well. And then coming up towards around April or May, you'll see us starting to go more north in QC as well. And last but not least, from I guess the more technology standpoint, we do have a few more products we're going to build that will help all of us. One thing that we learned over the course of this year is, a lot of deals, and I guess we knew this for the past 4.5 years, but it was really hitting us in the face this year. Of course, a lot of deals fall through when you don't have a buyer that's qualified for bank financing, right? You get them to inquire, right? And they say, yeah, I'm ready to buy. And then after the viewing is done, last minute, they'll say, oh, by the way, I'm still waiting to be approved. And, that's fine. But what about all the time that we spent beforehand? How do we prioritize who we're going to spend time with? And so what we want to do for sort of the beginning of next year is we're going to build a product that will profile your buyer and assess the likelihood if they're going to be approved for a loan or not. So the same way that, let's say, a BPI or BDO profiles, we have learned and are learning how to profile them as well. And we'll be working with those banks. And so what we want to do is we want to switch it. We want to get them to be approved first, get pre-qualified, then push your listings to them so that you can close faster, and then you don't have to waste that time at the beginning waiting for the deal to close after 3 months after they're approved. So that's sort of the big product we want to build for everybody so that our time is not wasted. And then we're able to push the right product for the loan amount that they're approved of. So hopefully that'll work. Hopefully that will be something that will save us a lot of time and help us close more deals faster. That's it for now. I hope to give more updates next year. And I just wish everyone happy selling. Anyone? No? No? No.
Good morning. Well, over the last year that I've been in Hoppler, really seeing that there's been a lot of interest in and a move towards online selling. A lot of, as you know, it's not a joke anymore to go to the viewings. I mean, let's face it, Makati to BGC is sometimes 45 minutes, an hour, if you're lucky if you have a sticker, But, so we really are trying to make our lives easier, or your lives easier, by really trying to help, and please allow, we know that we're not perfect, we appreciate feedback in the work that we're doing, and we're constantly trying to find ways to close deals faster, to not waste anyone's time, and to really go back. Like say for instance, actually Ramon and I were talking about how sometimes we have clients, but then we don't have the properties. But later on, like maybe 3 months down the line, all of a sudden that property pops up. But then sometimes we kind of forget about that client. So we're trying to build a system wherein even if your client, for instance, would want a certain property, it's not available, let's say 3, 4, 5 months down the road, all of a sudden it pops up, that possibly we could already go back to that broker, our partner broker, and say, hey, maybe, now, although a few months late, we found a match, maybe your client would be interested in this property. And we find that a lot of the times, the buyers are still there because they still haven't found it. So we're trying to find ways to get that data that you give us, to archive it, and then when we do find a match, even if it's a few months later down the road, we will be able to tell you, and you can go back to your client and say, hey, are you still interested? Are you still looking? So we're looking at finding ways through data, through really interpersonal relationships with our partner brokers, that even if we don't close the deal right now, or that the deal can be closed a few months down the road. So we're really looking at all types of products and technologies that will help us close deals, maybe not right now, but definitely in the future. And we find that even if the buyer says, oh, I bought one already, they appreciate that you remembered them. You remembered that your requirement, that you're still thinking about them. So these are the kinds of things that we want to put into building into Hoppler, and we want to make sure that we're still able to close deals, and that that we can do something together. And so thank you again for the opportunity for this time, and happy Sunday, everybody.